Alright, so originally this deck was going to be a pure Thunder Dragon decklist, but after extensive research, I discovered we don't actually have a boss monster for the archetype in Duel Links. So although I did come up with a fairly consistent list, it just kind of became a deck that won due to Broken Back Row combined with Beatdown, which was hella lame. So I needed a boss. Now I could take the easy way out and use the Chaos cards since they are basically perfect. They are light and dark monsters and they banish cards, so they are ideal for Thunder Dragons. But then I came across this card, and my mind kinda just wandered, and I made this instead. Now originally when I made this list, I thought it was going to be just one big meme and I would lose just about every game. But thankfully, most people are having too much fun with Dark-Sided Dimensions to be playing Desperado, which is this deck's worst nightmare. So instead of this deck's win rate being pretty bad, it was honestly pretty damn good, easily being over 60% from my experience. So how does this deck work? Well basically, the aim is to get Dino Evolution Pill into your hand, then use its effect by banishing one Dino and one monster from your hand or graveyard to special summon Titano, which is a 3000 attack monster that can't be targeted by traps or monster effects. Now because we only have one copy of Pill, we need a searcher for it. That's where Qoatlus comes in. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you may add Pill from your deck to your hand. And to send it to the grave in this deck, we are generally going to be using it as fusion material. Qoatlus, along with one other dark monster that is a different type, so basically any of your other Thunder Dragons or Keeper, can be used to fuse into Mudragon of the Swamp, which for those of you that don't know is a monster that can change its attribute to protect monsters of that attribute from being targeted by effects. The reason this deck is so consistent is because of this deck's two main starting searchers, which are both interchangeable with the skill Light and Dark. Dwarf Star is the first searcher, and basically it's just used to add Qoatlus to hand. The other searcher is the brand new card Keeper of Dragon Magic. This card is honestly only used in the deck for two reasons. It's able to search for Polymerization, and like I said earlier, it can be interchanged with Dwarf Star by using your skill. So by turn 2 the chance of you not having your combo is extremely slim, if you haven't already comboed already. The last thing to go through in the deck is the Thunder Dragons. Hawk is a monster that you generally won't see on the field, as it's basically only used for its first effect, which is you may discard it to special summon any Thunder Dragon that is in your graveyard or banished. If this card is banished or sent from the field to the grave, you can also shuffle any cards in your hand back into the deck and redraw. But like I said, you won't really be using this effect, as generally you want to banish the other remaining Thunder Dragons and not this card. Keep in mind, this card can also be used with Light and Dark to search for Roar. Roar is your biggest Thunder Dragon, and it's the card you're generally be going to be trying to special summon. His effect allows you to discard him, so you can add any other Thunder Dragon that is banished or in the grave to your hand. If he himself is banished, which will happen a lot due to it being a very great target for Pill, or if he is sent from the field to the grave, you can special summon a Thunder Dragon from your deck in defense position that is returned to your hand at the end of the turn. So basically just a free search for Hawk during your turn, or a way to defend yourself during your opponent's turn by summoning Dark. Dark's first effect is a quick effect that you're generally not going to use, as I'm pretty sure it's only used to combo with a card in the TCG, and we don't actually have it yet. But his secondary effect is actually quite useful. If he's ever sent from the field to the graveyard or banished, again another great target for Pill, you may add any other Thunder Dragon from your deck to your hand. Alright guys, that's basically it for the toying part of this video. The rest of this video will just be gameplay of this deck in action. If you liked the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, comment if you have any questions or feedback, make sure to join my Discord, and if you happen to have $1 lying around and wish to support me, feel free to click that join button down below to support me directly, as well as gain access to a few little neat perks. Enjoy the gameplay!
Duel! Duel! Duel!
Hey, big brother, can I watch SpongeBob?
Shut up, Mokuba. I'm busy flagging YouTube videos to compensate for the fact that I have an extremely small penis.
Oh.